Recording.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Infinity Forum. This is a forum that we will host every week, every Tuesday. But one month we will have one session, one Tuesday where we will take a break so that we get more insight. We are more fresh in terms of sharing all these topics with you guys. And today we're talking about speak to lead. So last weekend, Kendrick and I, and of course Thomas, had just wrapped up our Charisma Academy. So before we start, I see only a few names responding. So if you're here, type 1 in the chat so that we know you're here and we're not talking to like air or just a few people. We have 17 people in the room. Hi Kalyani, hi Fanny, hi Dennis. Right, familiar names, thank you. Hi Nikki. Hi Subhashini. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So how many of you here would like to speak with confidence on stage? Type 2 in the chat. Nice. So you want to speak in a way where, we want to have the authority on stage and to be able to share our message on stage, right? So how was the experience for you in the Charisma Academy, like last weekend?
Last weekend was fantastic. I think the one word to describe is fantastic, because we literally saw people who, while they're great at one-on-one, talking like conversation like that, they do realize there's a need to be able to talk to many people at one go, to be able to go up on stage, give a message, and make sure that it doesn't sound, scripted. It doesn't sound very ad-like. I think you mentioned before, some people talk as if they're in an advertisement, So to be able to see people transform from that and go into someone who can speak with emotion, and yet the words didn't matter so much. I mean, the words mattered, but we got the message, even though the total words they used were much less than the beginning. So I found that was, as usual, very transformational, very inspiring.
Thank you for sharing. I want to emphasize on one thing that you were mentioning, like you mentioned about like scripted and look like ad.
Yes.
Right. So how many of you here wants to watch ads every single day? Type 3. If you don't want, type 4. If you want to watch ads every day on your content, on stage, type 3. If you don't want, type 4. Or only Kalyani, the rest all can watch ads. You watch your drama and then halfway, then all the ads come on. Welcome to I don't know how ads sounds like now. I'm sorry, I cannot go back to the ad sound anymore. Okay.
The video one, like, hi, how are you? Today is a very good morning.
Yeah, imagine we are talking like, hi everyone, welcome to Infinity Forum. Today we are talking about speak to lead. How many of you can feel like I'm a real person or I'm just an AI? Is it more AI or more human? More AI, right? You want to speak to AI, meh? No lah. Right, but Malaysia, we want to laugh, we want to meh. Okay, I'm just, exaggerating, but that's how we connect with human, right? So, but we can't script all this la and meh or ayo, oh gosh, all this, we can't script it in.
Yes.
So that brings us to our first, one of my point today is, a lot of people are very script reliant.
Yes.
Right? How many of you prepare a script before you go on stage or before you go on a presentation? Type 3 in the chat. Caroline or Caroline, I'm sorry if I need pronounce your name. Kalyani. Okay, I used to script when I still remember my first time going on this Charisma Academy. I scripted every single word.
Oh.
Like word by word. How many of you done that? Word by word. Type word by word. Simon, you're coming out loud and clear. The gas is a little soft. Okay. So you need to increase your volume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. with a line. Oh, Caroline. Nice. Thank you so much for clarifying that. Makes it so easy to pronounce now. Okay, so how many of you do word by word scripting? Have you done?
Oh yeah, I've done it many times, many times. In fact, I attended before this. There was another organizer. Can you use names? No, right?
No.
You should. Okay, it starts with T.
Okay, never mind.
But yeah, they were heavy on scripting and they were heavy on techniques. But end up you look like a robot as I thought. So if you get my message and the words, it's fine. That's how they approach. And I felt very, it's not congruent. You know, I say something, but I don't know whether you understand. And worse still, I also don't understand. I don't feel the message. So I think it's not good communication.
So it feels like I want to say something and force you to listen.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So what can't really hear Kendrick.
Still cannot. I will do this. Let's hold it up. Can you hear me now? Press 1.
Is it better when he holds
Yeah.
holds it? Yeah, okay. So obviously my voice is very loud now, huh? I'm a natural speaker. Okay, just oh gosh. Alright. So is it okay like to have a little bit of fun, you know, not so serious, not so formal? Is it okay if it's okay type okay? Alright, Kalyani, okay. Penny, okay, thank you. That's just yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm okay, so it says Nikki says I did it before but didn't work. Now only put the keywords. Yes. And then Kalyani said she did word by word but very boring. Yeah. Because like what Kendrick was sharing just now, right? Like I force you to listen. I talk. I just use the words that was scripted and just by memorizing it and just like put a USB and then just output with the words. Right. That's all.
Yeah.
There's no like thought process or feeling it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have one very sort of insight as in we've done network marketing for some time right now. Some of the companies actually hand scripts.
Yeah.
Like hand over some scripts to the downlines.
Yes.
To actually do the presentation.
Yes.
Right. So and the script is the same.
Yes.
So imagine a group of Kalyani say mine has. So imagine how okay, let's use Kalyani's example. How many people are in your team? Roughly, you don't have to have an exact number, like 4. Okay. So imagine if it expanded to 100 people, 200 people, right? And the script is the same for this 100 and 200 people. What will happen? Type in the chat, what will happen if 100 people, 200 people are holding the same script? What do you think will happen?
Well, the first thing that came to mind was one word starts with D and ends with T, but let's not go there. It's just, you know.
Okay, now I don't get it.
Okay, actually it's 2 words now. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just boring and it's very generic and I don't think people will buy it. Worse still, imagine if you meet the same, you meet another team member from your team, Kalyani, and you hear the same script again. Your prospect or leads hear the same script. They'll be like going, what the hell's going on? You know, this is not real. This is not authentic. I don't want to follow somebody who's just following a script. Don't have their own thoughts. So yeah, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah. So like Kalyani was saying, like nobody signs up, right? And then Merlin Neto was saying like it's boring. Yeah, it's so boring. Everybody say the same words. And then Kalyani said I'm struggling with that. Yeah, so sometimes the script it sounds like a safety net, but it's also actually mean that it's not you, right? Like what Merlin Neto said, need to differentiate yourself. And the script is done by the company or your team leader. That sounds like him, but not you. So in Charisma Academy, what I really realized is we built that unique voice, unique angle of each person. Because Kendrick has a different personality as me, as you can see, right?
Yes, I'm more fun. She's fun also.
Hello?
But I tend to make jokes in the middle and she's very professional and she's very inspiring, so to speak.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Nelson. Hi, Nelson. Yeah. No wonder I'm like Natto. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is one of the thing that it's not work like script is something that ties us down.
Yes.
It's really something that I learned a lot and I sort of
It's like a chain. It holds you back.
yeah.
It locks your real potential, locks your real voice.
Yep.
And even though perhaps you already know what to say, but the script, this, you know, it's like a detour. You know, you should have gone straight, but because the words say this and say that, you're like,
Yeah.
it gets lost.
So one thing I would like to share during this forum, of course, there's some takeaways that you can do. So what would be your first action that you will use based on what we have discussed? Having script is a chain. It sounds like a safety net, but it's tying you down. Like what are you gonna do differently? For Charisma Academy, what we do is we actually draw a mind map.
Yes,
Right.
my map, yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the idea that you can do, having a mind map of the topics that you want to talk about and then elaborate based on your own story, based on your own message to deliver.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
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 I thought so. Elaborate.
Okay.
So,
Alright. So after having but there's always this trap of I need to look professional. That's
yeah.
why the script existed.
Yes.
So, I know a lot of people think like, if I don't have a script, I may go like Simon like that, go sky, go land, go left, go right. Then there's no direction, right? Then I don't look professional,
Yep. Yep.
right? How many of you have that in mind? If I don't have a script, I might go different route and I don't sound professional. Type 5 in the chat. Right, Kalyani feels so. Fanny as well. Yeah, I always mumble yeah, I know. Just like I did just now, right? I'm like I struggle for that word. I'm like I was looking to Kendrick to ask for help.
Oh.
Right? Right? So we have Ong Yen Kiat, Nelson, Suryani. Yeah. So this is what I call, like yesterday when I was thinking about this forum, I feel like this is a professional trap. Everybody thinks that I need to look professional on stage so that people will trust me, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
then they put on this suit, the
Yeah.
tie, the makeup. Or Simon used to do that. How many of you actually dress up like extravagantly or like put extra effort into the dressing, right? Put type clothes in the chat, type clothes. Because normally we use clothes to dress up, right?
Yep. Normally, yes.
Right. So, but it's just like the script is also sort of now I look at this dressing up as a barrier.
Yeah, as a barrier, as a suit, as a how to say, it's supposed to present you, but what I feel nowadays anyway is that it acts as a, like you say, a barrier or maybe an armor or a cover or something to make up for a lack of messaging or the real way of presenting. So I think going back to your point where the need to feel professional, I mean, what is professional anyway? I mean, I came into Charisma Academy and thought, okay, we are learning how to speak. I want to make sure that I get all the techniques correct, my tonality is up and down, so that you get engaged now. But what I learned after that is, it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but the most important is you understand what I'm trying to tell you. I might be all over the place, and I might use certain words which I'm not supposed to use, or I might like mumble like yeah, this and that. I mean, don't do too much lah. But that is natural, It's like watching a human, and I think I get where you're coming from earlier. Like you see those people on stage, suited up, makeup, everything very nice, as if like from a movie like that. But it's too perfect, It's like, what are you hiding? Who are you? Like, am I talking to an AI? Like who's the human here? So yeah, that's the distinction I got from Charisma Academy. It's okay to be yourself. In fact, it's better to be yourself, to be your authentic self, because well, people buy into you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned the word perfect, you know, it looks so perfect, like from a movie,
Yes.
right? And this was something that we discussed earlier. You know, people start to not trust when things appear perfect. How many of you agree with this statement? So Nelson is saying a habit from my corporate days, right? It's just a habit of needing to look professional. So how many of you think that if, let's say, something appears to be perfect, right, and you start to lose a bit of trust, if yes, type yes in the chat. Fanny say yes. Yeah, of course, Fanny is like so real. Like when I first met her, it's like she's so bubbly. I feel instantly connected to Fanny, right? But she didn't put on a suit for me to have a conversation with Fanny, right? Yes or no, Fanny? You're gonna like forced to say yes, right? Because I just praised you. Alright? So haha yeah lor. Yes. So it's and it's also one thing that is the main message of Charisma Academy, where it's performance versus a messenger.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So are you a performer on stage? Like were you performing for your audience, or are you delivering a message for your audience? That's like till today I'm like still struggling sometimes because I am so used to just be like I want to look proper. But now after Charisma Academy, that's all gone. I cannot go back. I don't know how. But
I'm glad you said that.
yeah,
I didn't know you were going with that.
I used to. Yeah, when I'm on stage, I kind of having a crisis identity. Which one to put up front? Okay, how many of you have that struggle on stage? Type 3 in the chat. I want to deliver, but now I'm sort of performing. Haha. Yeah, Nelson, Kalyani. Yeah, everybody struggle to like, I don't know what sort of personality I want to bring on stage. But the truth is, sometimes it's just how I feel and what message do I want to deliver, and this message is more powerful than the person.
Yes.
Right.
Correct. So yeah, messaging is important. Just focus on the message, and I think this is a very good segue into. I think we didn't talk about this, but it's I'm sure you agree with me. Freezing up on stage, you know, how many of you have ever done this? You know, you go on stage, you say, "Hi, my name is Ken. I'm a used car salesman." You know what I mean, right? You know, type 1 if you know what I mean. Type 2 if you don't know what I mean. Just type 1 now, support me, please. You know, but I'm sure you all experienced this, or you've seen this on stage. You've seen people just crashing, and they just don't know what to say. You know, you can see on their face they're trying to. I need to remember what comes after my name. You know, something like that, and that is because it's because you're performing. You know, you're trying to remember the script. You're trying to remember what to say, how to appear, and it doesn't work. You know, after a while, your brain gets how to say stuck, jammed. And then you try to unstuck yourself, trying to remember what you're supposed to say. And it gets worse because your brain says, nope, I'm going to shut down. Just do whatever you want. I'm not here anymore. And that is the essence of what we try to, not erase, but we try to make people aware of in Charisma Academy. You know, when you perform, you're more likely to not perform. But when you send a message, you actually don't give a, you don't care about how you appear. But you just care whether you guys, my audience, understand what I'm trying to tell you. So, if you guys understood what I'm trying to tell you, type 1.
Yeah, thanks, Kani. Thanks, Nelson. Okay. Yeah. So when you were sharing that, it feels like they were presenting an offer that they wanted to present, but they were not present with the
Yes, correct.
the offer that they have.
Correct.
That's how they were sort of frozen on the stage because they were not present with the audience. They were not getting the audience to be part of the conversation, right?
Yes, you get too stuck in your head, you're not, and you don't feel what full body communication. I mean, if you attended Charisma Academy, you understand what it means. But yeah, it's just you get stuck in your head, you don't know where to go, you can't escape your head paradoxically, and you just lose it.
And here TY said, it's perfect. I know what the performance say. I know what he's trying to tell me, but I think I'm like an observer. But if you're a messenger, not only I get you, I can feel you. I can feel you know me and you're talking to my heart. Wow, that's like very powerful. Like a very good distinction over there. Like what is a performance where I understand you, but I'm watching you, right? If you're a messenger, it feels like you understand me and you're actually speaking to me, right? And we sort of have a connection during that presentation.
Correct. And I think you and I were both facilitators on Charisma Academy, and many a times we saw from day one people were doing scripts, through no fault of their own, because we were all brought up to speak scripts, have speeches. But on day 3, some of them, as they were recounting how they got into their own businesses and endeavors, you could tell they were incorporating things from their past. Why did they do it? And they tied in the emotions into where I came from. And you could really feel it. Some came from a place of great sorrow, some came from a place of great challenge. And you could really feel it. Some felt sad, some felt angry, some felt all range of emotions. And that is very important. Not so much of the words, but also the emotions and body language that's transmitted that gives us the meaning.
Yeah, so Zin froze on stage. Speaking about freezing on stage, it's very normal sometimes, and I was just, this time the script actually typed me down because I'm like, oh, the time, and I need to talk about the third point now. So I just want to declare it out there. Yes, we do have a sort of agenda on what to actually share, because that makes sure the value gets delivered as well. But we're here to commit that we are not gonna just go like this is the first point, this is the second point, right? So let's do a poll. How many of you just want me to point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, end of forum? Type 1 in the chat. I'll give you first choice first. If you want point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, end of forum, thank you so much. And then type 1 in the chat. Really don't want very fast save your time, right? And then you don't have to listen to me blabbering. Or, Rajan is like, next option, I want the next option. So the next option is, maybe we share some stories from our own Charisma Academy experience. We tie in a little bit of the things that we observe during Charisma Academy, or things that we observe on like world-class speaker stage, right? So which one do you want to, like, if you like this version, type 2. You like a bit of storytelling. Alright, Kalyani wants, Rajan, yes. How about Alex Low? How about Alfred? Like Sonia, Sue Elaine Sonia, Reach That 77. Oh, I want to reach that. Okay, Yasin, May at Vincula, Linda. Like, if you're here, like, would you want more storytelling, or you want, right? Nikki, Fanny, Rajan, Kalyani. Alright, so we're gonna go to storytelling anyways. No, but like, so much for polling, but dictatorship.
Yep.
But the polling actually tells us the things that we wanted to say lah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that brings me to like the third one, where everybody has a different story.
Yes. Correct.
Right? Yes or no? Like, everybody has a different story. If you agree with this statement, type yes in the chat. Fanny says yes. Right? Kalyani, thank you. everybody's experience is different.
Yep.
Even the same incident that happened, people get different
Yeah.
emotion too,
Yeah. Correct. I totally agree.
right?
100%.
100%. Which actually there was one episode that happened between me and Kendrick. I used the word that I thought it was a joke,
Oh, safe word. Oh no, sorry. Just kidding.
right? Because in my family, we use that word in the context of a joke.
Yeah.
But Kendrick, with his experience, that word relates to something different.
Yeah.
And we sort of talked it out, and we had a conversation over that.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel like, hey, everybody has different story and reaction towards or emotion towards different
Yeah. Yeah.
thing.
Correct.
It's the same incident, but
Understood.
my intention my word wasn't having that.
Mm.
You know. So that experience sort of got us like, oh, I understand from your point already.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the story that like it's just one word, but everybody looks at it differently.
Yes.
So it's just also the same incident, everybody will look at it differently. Like Thomas was sharing, because of us sharing that, having this conversation, he sees that it's an opportunity for us to like for Kendrick to be able to trust that I have your back kind of thing.
Yep.
But we didn't see it that way at first.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, huh? How, like, okay, that's a very unique point of view. And we sort of learned, oh yeah, actually because of opening up, that gives us an opportunity to be able to be more honest with each other.
Yes, because I know you better now, and you kind of know me. I mean, vice versa. You know me better. I know you better. I know where you came from. I know. Then you also know why I perceive it this way.
Correct.
So yeah, going back to your point, one facts, multiple interpretations. So yeah, so that was a good conversation. That was a good chat, and that was a very good point as well, because the one thing I got from that conversation, or rather, was an old saying that I heard from this guy, Adam Koo. I'm not sure you guys know who's that, but he said, communication is the message I receive. So even though I have the best of intentions, but if I tell you something and you don't get it or you misunderstand it, it's still my bad. Because no matter what, how good I intend to, what my intentions are, if you don't get it, it is the fault of my communication. So at that time I thought, okay, it's good thing that we are communicating clearly, without any how to say it. Yeah, just open it up front. And that was very good. And I really thank you for just doing that.
I acknowledge you for also to have an opportunity to talk about it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this comes back to there's because of different story that we have, and we have unique angle towards a specific incident or a specific offer. Like in network marketing, you have different offer. You have the same offer in the same company, right, with your teammates, but you will have a very special perception or very unique angle towards this offer. So, for example, we take supplements, right? And I used to think supplement is like the prevention is very important.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I want to take a lot of supplement. Right? That was me. Right? I want to take a lot so that I prevent everything. Then got extra, my body will excrete. Right?
Okay.
So so that's how I buy a lot of supplement. And anybody was like me, type like 8 in the chat, cause the person who sell you the supplement will be very, very kaya. Type 8 in the chat, you were like me. You buy a lot also meh?
I know my mother buy but ask me to eat
Oh, okay.
I got no choice.
Okay, Fanny was like me, like buy, just eat more so that I don't get sick, right? But there was another person who shared with me, my friend of mine, and also my mother herself. She's like, supplement is it's a booster.
Okay.
Right? It's like engine needs some
Engine
like petrol got
Okay.
95, 97,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're just like shifting from 95 to 97. It's just a small shift, but your engine sort of like got more power like that.
Yeah.
So and you need that booster, then you take.
Yes.
So that was their perception of supplement. So then they were sharing the story of supplement based on, as a booster.
Okay. Okay.
So if I feel like I'm a little bit lower on energy,
Yeah.
I take supplement to boost up my energy.
I see.
So they are the ones that like I take as I need.
Yes, I need. Okay.
Like for me, it's like I want to prevent everything. Like don't get sick.
Yeah, I never seen you sick before actually. To be fair.
Okay. Yeah. Power of supplement. So anybody in supplement line, type 1 in the chat. It's like get Simone to go and talk about supplement for you. She's the prevention king, man. Okay, so that's how like, and the supplement is no longer just a supplement. There is a story behind like I will tell my friends like, hey guys, like it's so important to to be able to function.
Okay. Yep.
So you need to have supplements so that you don't like break.
Yeah. Correct. I think you're sharing your story, your experience,
Yeah.
and rather than I know you're not in that business.
Yeah, I'm not.
But the message is clear. If you were to just go, hey, this vitamin C has how many whatever, versus like, hey, I've been taking this vitamin C, I've never gotten COVID, I've never gotten flu. Okay, this is not financial or no medical advice. I think I'm just completely freestyling here. So yeah, if I took this, I've never gotten cold, never gotten COVID, never gotten any respiratory stuff anymore. This really works, guys. I think you should try it. If it works for me, perhaps it will work for you as well. I think that's better than just like, this one.
Because the vitamin C is still vitamin C,
Vitamin
right?
C, what do you say? Vitamin C.
Yeah.
Correct.
But the vitamin C to Simone it means different. Vitamin C to my mom, it means different.
Yeah.
So it has that personal story to the product that you have. So how many of you start to like after this session, you will think of a story from your own experience to link it to your offer? How many of you wants to take on this exercise for yourself? Type 3 in the chat. Alright, Fanny, Kalyani. Hey, Dr. Nanjun. Hi, Linda. Yeah, so that's where the personal sort of connection comes in, right? When everything sounds like the feature from the company, the product explanation from the company, or testimonials from company, it's the same story. How many of you get hand over with testimonials from the company? Type 5 in the chat. How many of you get testimonials from your team, from your company? It's like shared across the group. Type 5 in the chat. Kalyani, you're quite lucky. You're handled with script lah, with testimonials. You sort of get all the marketing items. Linda, yeah. So this testimony, it means it's not something that I experienced myself. Compared to if you are the one who actually got the testimony yourself.
Yeah, correct.
Because you were there with the client. You were there when they were suffering, and then after having your product or your offer, they transform. For insurance agents, right? If like I was there when they bought the policy, and then when they were going through hardship, and when they actually got the claim, and how it helped the family, you were there with them. Your emotion was invested.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So the story that you tell is way more different than just, there was one family, he bought this policy, and then after that it was COVID, and the parents sort of suffered, and then but you were not there with them. Right? So the experience is very different. But when you are part of the experience, the story that you're telling brings in more more connection. Like Linda, I have personal experience too. Yes, bring it into your presentation, because that's what the emotion, that's what your personal branding is, right? Your personal experience, your personal voice.
Right. Yeah.
It's, you're very privileged to have your personal experience, right?
Yeah, and I think stories is very important. People relate to each other through stories, rather than facts. If I told you like, hey, I'm rich, I drive this, you're like, so what? I'm also richer. But if I tell you, oh, this is who I am, this is where I came from, this is what I did before, this is what I like to do. It gives more context in who I am, what do I do, and how to say, it builds trust better because I'm not just bragging, I'm telling you, my story. And I think this also relates to a thing where we don't quite find, maybe this is a personal opinion, but I think a lot of people, they don't, I say a lot, it's just people on the internet I see, they don't share real stories, they don't share stories about themselves, more importantly, because maybe they're afraid of being vulnerable, or they think that sharing my downtimes, the times where things didn't go well for me, or where I didn't manage to get any success, or I got success but I lost it all. Maybe they think it's something to do with showing weakness, and that might result in people looking down on you. But the longer I'm in network marketing, because it's not how to say, to be upfront, it's not all roses all the time. You have a lot of things to work through, and a lot of people don't tell you that. When you're doing something of your own, there's a lot of things you have to work on yourself first, or you discover a lot of things you need to work on about yourself. So I've also learned that being able to share it with other people, it's not only helpful in building trust, but it's also helpful in telling yourself that you are over it, or you are getting better. And being vulnerable doesn't mean that you're weak. Being vulnerable means that you're strong enough to share your story with other people, because no matter what struggles you face, you may think it's insignificant, you may think it's not cool, you may think it's like, nobody want to hear this, but you're wrong. There are many people in the world who might be in your situation, were in your situation, or there might be even worse situation. And hearing somebody who's been there and managed to get out of it, it's an inspiration. It gives them hope, and it gives them a way forward. So I think more people should share things that didn't go right, share about the bad things, not only the good things, because like we said earlier, or like one of our very good friends here, don't just hide the bad stuff, but show everything, let the buyer or let the people decide for themselves whether this is right. And that's my sharing.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And what I got out of the whole sharing that you had was the word vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like being vulnerable. So and that sort of, it magically ties in with TY, right? I'm so scared I might break into tear on stage. Yeah, but that's how exactly what vulnerable means.
Yeah.
Like, there's something that there are things that it's hard to share on stage.
Yeah.
It's also hard to share with family members. How many of you have things that you feel it's hard to share with your family members? Type 1 in the chat.
Oh.
Alright. TY, yes. Fanny, yes. Me too. I want to type 1 too. I'm typing 1. Right? There are things that's difficult to share. But how many of you think that if we were to share it with them, that gives us an opportunity to connect again?
Yes.
At a different level?
Yes, definitely.
How many of you think this is possible? Type 3 in the chat. Yeah. So if you are able to have that opportunity to be able to connect at a different level, even with strangers,
Yep.
right? So um how do I put it?
To be able to build rapport is not only aside from business, but in life in general. I think it's a very good skill to have. After Charisma Academy, I think I shared on stage before. The immediate problem I had was I couldn't just shut up. You know, I'll meet somebody new and then I'll just say, hey, you know, what are you doing? How are you? And then, hey, no, don't leave. You know, we just getting to know each other. So yeah, so that resulted in a lot of other troubles. Anyway, that's another thing.
Actually,
Yeah.
there's a very common scene in Charisma Academy. First, everybody
Yeah.
comes in is like, hi, with the shoulders locked.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Simone. Yeah, so I do network marketing. And then third day is like, hi everybody, my name is Simone. You know,
Yeah.
that different energy altogether.
Yes.
It just unleashed because we sort of found our own voice.
Yeah, that's right.
Found our own experience that we are, and also that acceptance towards the experiences that we have.
Yeah, that's a very powerful distinction. Acceptance of your experiences, because as we cannot share it.
Grow up.
As we grow up, you know, we tend to have a lot of when we are kids, right? We're just, you know, we're like this. We don't have any filters. There's nothing that blocks us and the world. And there's nothing that blocks us and the world. You know, we freely express ourselves. But as you grow up, you know, and you encounter experiences, you encounter people, good and bad, you begin to build filters, things to protect you, also things to enable you. But as a result, you kind of lose that, you know, direct interface with the world. You don't want to freely express all the time. As you guys know, you know, my type of communication, I cannot freely express this to people I just met. I cannot be my 100% authentic self with just about everybody, because that might, you know, result in lawsuits. But I think I'm going too far. And then we come back. So to be authentic, to be vulnerable, to just be open, and that includes coming to terms with what you've done, what you've experienced, and also coming to terms with people who may have, well, not done you justice, or people might have rubbed you off the wrong way and have some kind of long-term effect. So we did all that in Charisma Academy, you know, and until today, it's a very, how should I say, fulfilling experience. It's a rewarding experience. It's kind of like one of the few things that of gifts that keep on giving, you know. So I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, what were we talking about again? We were talking about connecting to people, right? Yeah. So being able to be open and yeah, be able to connect with people is a great skill. Not only in business, but just the experience and the feeling of just being able to converse one-on-one, and then try to understand you try to understand me, where you're coming from, who are you, and just yeah, understand another human. I think that thing is kind of lost nowadays as we get into this schedule, the routine of city lifestyle. You know, you're always trying to get to somewhere, do something, and this is why we always have put on some kind of armor, some kind of layer, put on another show, and we cannot be an authentic self.
Yes.
I went quite far, right? Okay.
But yeah, it's a good angle, you know, because of the vulnerability, it enables us to sort of remove those filters that we have built up, right? We have enough filters to use in Instagram, guys. Right? So stop having that filter in your eyes. And stop building filters on other people's eyes too. So just use Instagram filters, okay guys? Can you promise me just type Instagram filters if you agree with me? Oh, nobody use Instagram filter. Am I so old? Nanjun is like putting on her sunglasses. She's like putting an actual filter on it, right? How we can talk for 1+ hour easily there? You can do it. Oh yes, he definitely can, right? Everybody knows. Actually, I want to go back to something that Kalyani actually put up. I'm doing sales for a training provider. How do I bring personal experience, please? Actually, Kalyani is still here. If yes, type 1.
quickly for Andrew, well, just find the right partner and then you talk for hours. I mean, we talk for hours, right?
Oh yes. And weirdly, they're both like super introverts, and they can talk for hours. I don't know how that happened, but yeah. So Kalyani, you're like training. Sorry, you were. Okay, you're doing sales for a training provider. How did I bring personal? Great. What were your experiences bringing up this like no, I would say what were the experiences that you witnessed for this training provider? Because there must be some results from it, and you personally like invested in some of like you want to root for someone's success, and you sort of witnessed that. How do you feel about it? Right?
Yeah.
And how has that changed their life?
Yeah.
And how were you feeling witnessing that? Because like for us, during the co-facilitation, co-facilitating the Charisma Academy, we did share. We enjoy, like we were sort of addicted to that feeling of watching everybody transform from day 1 to day 3.
Yep.
Like we were like day 1, they're like that. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, and then day 3 we're like rooting. We're like on tears. I still remember there were there's one guy. He was okay. I'm not saying names definitely, but we watched him on stage after the program. I went on tears because it was the original self has just died. I don't know. They like TY said, day 3 don't want to go home. Like definitely. Like day 1, day 2 they chow like super fast. Then like but day 3 they stayed back, talk, cannot shut up like Kendrick.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's something to be said about when you watch somebody being authentic, being just expressing themselves like 100%. It's something magnetic there. You cannot take your eyes off. It's like an accident. You just cannot. You just not so sorry. Not, nothing bad, but you know
That's
what I mean.
Kendrick.
Yeah, your eyes are just glued there. You cannot stop because there's just something that draws. I think it's something innate in every one of us. When we see somebody expressing emotion, vulnerability, and being true, you just cannot help but just continue to look and stare. Yeah.
And I sort of like want to link this to one thing that you shared this morning. We just trusted the process rather than sort of like putting an expectation over the outcome.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how we should be doing our network marketing business.
Yeah, that's right.
Just enjoy the process of, and keep searching that experiences. Keep searching that new. I don't know what's gonna happen. I see this family, like for example, like insurance agents, right? Just keep on searching for that new story.
The new story, yes.
Yeah. That sort of the collection of the story makes the journey enjoyable.
Yep.
But not how many policies you're closing or how many million ringgit premium you're collecting.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct. The stories and I guess be tied to the process, not tied to the outcome. The goal is all of us here. I mean, money is one thing. Yes, the sales will happen no matter what industry you're in, no matter what business you're in. A sale has to happen. But why is the sale happening? Are you really helping people, or are you in it for yourself? And that is, I think, the distinction in outcome and process.
Yeah, and that's exactly like what Kalyani would. For Kalyani, you're tied to the process of sharing. So that's exactly tied to the process of the sales training that the story tied to the process of getting people going through the process rather than how many sales you're closing or
Trying to force the outcome.
force the outcome.
Trying to force people to act in a certain way, trying to manipulate the way. People smell that.
Yeah.
People smell it. And when you smell BS, The first instinct is just, I just gotta get out of here. Yeah. Yep.
Right. So, how many of you gotten some insight over our sharing? Well, we went on like 50 minutes. How many of you got some insight? Type 1 in the chat.
Actually, I just thought of a framework Kalyani can use for for demonstrating her value. So I've heard of this framework called BDAT. So it's BDAT, your before, during, after, and testimonials. So you can showcase this how your training has transformed the people that you work with. You know, document that before the process, what happened to them after that. BDA, before, during. No, during is what do you do? You know, to effect the process from before to after, and then get testimonials, because nothing works better than social proof, and this ties in with getting them to authentically share, not just read from scripts. Yeah, so hope this helps, Kalyani.
Hey, Kayani, if you got that, if it helps you, type 3 in the chat. Alright, thank you so much. Alright, before that, I love that you guys got some insight to it, but I would love to have this insight to be shared to more people. And also, it will be from your personal insight right now, right? We have been sharing our own story, our own angle, but now it's time for you to share your unique angle. So how many of you wants to do that? Type 3 in the chat. Would be willing to do that from your own perspective, like what sort of insight you got. Right, type 3 in the chat. Thank you, Nanjun. Thank you, Kayani. Thank you, TY. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna drop you a link on the chat. It's our Facebook, Team Infinity Facebook, where we actually put up our post and also share more about our Team Infinity events. Yep. And also lessons, insights, and of course, we would like you to share your personal insight and drop a comment what value you got out of this forum today.
Yep.
Okay, and let me just pull that up and we'll read it through together. Yep. Since we have a little bit of time.
Best comment gets a date with Simon. Just kidding.
Can't drink. Alright, so go on and type in your biggest insight from today's forum. Thomas is here. Alright, so you're gonna refresh.
I think too many distinctions. So they are having some time. They need some time to process.
But I see you got like at least. Okay, thank you. Share in the Facebook so that it's gonna be public in the world, like in the world. Wow, Facebook, like it is in the world, right? Just that not many people, not 100% of the people will see, but it's a chance for you to be able to articulate your own personal experience as well. And what would your action be? If you want to declare an action, put it out there so that your friends would sort of hold you accountable to it. Do it on the Facebook post, because that's how you want to be able to communicate your intention to the.
Yep, that's right.
Alright. Okay.
And if you post also, you help us out, because the algorithm will finally understand Team Infinity is adding value to people who we touch. I mean, we come in contact with. I need to work on my vocab. All these.
But it's only your perception. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So Nanjun says, speak from the heart, trust the process, share your authentic story as your valuable asset that cannot be copied. Yes, because that's personal to you, and it's never gonna be just a company's message or company's vision. It is your vision, your story, right? And TY is saying it's so important to realize that performing is not the only way to be on stage.
Absolutely.
We have been in this myth for too long, guys. Right? We have to be professional, perfect,
Yeah.
like movie star.
Yeah.
And we did share about all the impromptu or mistakes that people make on movies
Yeah.
are one of the legendary scenes in movies.
That's right.
So maybe you guys can go Google about it. And there's so many of them.
Yeah.
So TY, thanks for sharing. It's so important to realize that performing is not the only way to be on stage.
Yeah.
Yes, and that brings us to the last minute of our forum. And thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And thank you, Kalyani, for sharing with us like what you did, what you are doing, and also give us a chance to sort of share our perspective on your industry. And yeah, so next week we'll be also having this Infinity Forum. So stay tuned and join our WhatsApp community if you haven't done so, or you can share it with your team members if they may also get value from our forum sharing, right? So I'm gonna drop a link to our WhatsApp community, share with your team members, and get more value insights from Team Infinity.
Yep.
Thank you so much, and see you guys.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Fanny.
Oh, the camera is here, not here. Okay.
Yes, the camera is here.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, great forum, guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.